Hey, so my name's Guillermo Otero. I'm part of the EFVT team, and today we're going to be going over a little user guide on all of the particular actors that may be going on in this product. So we'll be mainly focusing on the administrator and the trader. So let me just go through actually first, like a user that has no account. Actually, let's go through here, this process. So here you would actually go here. There's a whole form to make out your account entirely. So there's making actually your personal information, your actual effort account information, along with some security questions and residential information. And these are all like pretty extensive. Like you can choose, well, your country of residence. You can choose a particular kind of security questions. So these are all city in which you were born. These are all pretty easy things to remember. So once you have an account, and what we have only now is a basic trader, but when you have an account, you can just sign in here. And what we have as a static account here is it's an actual trader account. So if you log in, it should load in, and then you should be able to see this whole page. So actually, let me refresh it. So here, we should have this whole account here, and then what you could do here, I mean, at this point, there's a lot you can do with it. So there's things where you can change, if you've seen the other past video, I might have touched on it, but you can change here the graph types. So if you want it, if you prefer either a bar, line, or candlestick graph, you can switch and interchange between either of these. So for these, it may not be as intuitive, but think of each of these data points. Each of these data points match a particular time frame, because this x-axis is in terms of time. So this, if I'm at minute, this is for every minute, every 5 minutes, every 15 minutes, hour, 4 hours, week, and month. So each data point gets separate is a minute, or 5 minutes, 15 minutes. You have it. And all of these are all just like indicators, financial indicators. So exponential moving average is its own indicator. The moving average itself would also be an indicator to see the average of how every sale is going, every closing price, I would say. And volume is just the amount of trades that are at that particular amount. And then crosshair is just crosshair. It's just the ability for me to see the actual information on these, highlight up on these data points. And then other than that, what you can do on this, which is similar to MetaTrader, is that you can specify like a template for a graph, because you can change how you want the graph to look visually. So I can make this a black background. I can make this volume a different color. I can make this a different color. I can make the labels a different color. So these are all changed here. So there's things like line color, foreground color, background color, bear, bull, label, and title text color. All these can be changed, and once you have your changes, you can save the template, name it anything you want, and then that template will be saved. And then that's how we actually move these templates around. Like in this case, where if I want to share this chart via email, I can easily do it because this template, this snapshot of the graph is so easily saved because of the templates. So that's how that works. But other than that, it's all fairly intuitive at this point. I mean, unless things get more intricate within the graph, then all these things here are just like toggle things. If you didn't like the UI here, you're more familiar with this, then you can do that. But other than that, we can look at the Forex accounts here. This is how you would add the UI to actually add accounts. So if you would start the whole page, you wouldn't have any accounts, and there would be a link. There would be something called link Forex accounts, a button there, and this would link here, and you would put in the information here. So if I would go to edit this is what information you'd have to put for your actual Forex account on MetaTrader. You'd have to put the account number, the password to that account, and the server that's hosting that account. And other than that, there's reports. So any report here, there, this is how this guy has a report. So we can look at this report, and this is basically just a snapshot of a particular point. So there's here, it says this is a Euro USD graph. Someone bought at this volume, at this time, at that closing price, and the profit he made at the particular time. So it's very useful, so that if you see something, you can compare reports with each other. You can do a lot of things with this product. So that's why it's very, very useful. But other than that, let's see if I can, is this easy enough for me to do? Yeah, let's see. So let me log out and see if this works. If I do administrator. Okay. So the administrator is a little bit more hands-on because there's a lot of more things you can change. Because with the administrator, you have, excuse me, you have a lot of things that you can manipulate in the site that not a regular user can manipulate. So once this loads, you can see a lot of the different users that are within this project. So you can look at all these people, like you can look at all these accounts that are linked onto these particular accounts on this website, I'm sorry, and you can impersonate as them. So you can go into any of these accounts and manipulate things within their particular account. So if I had a trader account, EFVT trader, and I put impersonate, I impersonate him, I can see what he has going on his graph and all of his financial information. Of course, I could edit things. I could enable, disable. I can also view like a short little modal that'll give me like quick information, like personal information, like what's his username, what's the email, basic trader, date of birth, phone number, things like that. Other than that, things that pertain to us, you can specify. Yeah, so for the report management, we have regular expressions that filter the actual text that's within each of these reports, and that's what's used to compile and create these reports. So for a Word document, we would look to make sure that there's any sort of lowercase or higher case characters, along with any numbers, any strings, anything else. But we have to make sure that it's either a doc or a docx file. And same for this one, and for this one, I guess specifically, we would want it to be named report/monthly, but then there could be any form of any other versions or different variations of that file, but it has to be an HTML file. So there's things like that. This is also a little thing that was done during this semester and last. So what you can do on this side, as opposed to the trader side, is that on the email you saw there, not a lot of the fields were filled in. But what you can do is you can edit. The admin could hard code they can hard code these particular sections for the user already before when they just bring it up. They just pull up the actual pop-up. So it'll have the subject message in it, and it will have the message body within it before you even have to do anything. So all you have to do is just save. It's a lot faster for the user to share things, so they can go back to trading. But I think that's it. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask either me, which I can be contacted at. I think this will be a lot easier if I just notepad it. So my email is at goter012@fiu.edu, and Masood Sadhadi would be reachable at sadhadi at FIU.edu. I believe that's correct. If not, just reach me, and I'll be more than willing to help you out with your journey within this very, very interesting project. Other than that, thanks.